looking for a special gift for your graduate, give them something that you can enjoy too. A 1987 Tracer from Gurley Motor Company.
Commencement exercises of Gallup High School's class of 1987. Will everyone please rise for the invocations and remain standing for the pledge and the Star-Spangled Banner. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask you to be with us this evening and bless this milestone in life, which is the ending and beginning, and a stepping stone from the past with its hours of study and its marvelous moments of fun to a new and somewhat different life filled with great challenges and responsibilities. Keep your hand upon us as we say farewell to fellow students, faculty in our hometown, and look ahead to new friends and acquaintances in our chosen professions. Help us to keep our spirits up as we leave behind our old traveled ways and set out on new and explored roads, knowing that we are equipped through the years of diligent study, work, and application.
Que nos ayuda a tomar la vida un día a la vez. Amén. Pala e hiya dawa yo dan bot nigo an dan kines tan dan tini dan kines tan edo ba ke tanisen ado kono be dan kines tan e nasko be e na ayate an hidili e nas ne kitis tan e na dawa ni ado kono ke don ke dan lini Shinto, Hashin Sogo Bay, the car deal with Moscow. Ankunda, Fati AD Bay. Nahol do Niki at Ego, Nkili Nasko, Adani Ego, Ankididi. Jesus visit the Nacha Dark with Ado. Amen.
John? That last row to your right is the 2 chairs. There's a lot of room there, but it's all crowded up. That last row right behind, right in front of you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, am I still on the PA? Okay, that last row right in front of you has to go over to the right for my escorts to sit down.
If you're looking for a special gift for your graduate, give them something that you can enjoy too. A 1987 Tracer from Gurley Motor Company.
And about the only choices buyers have to make are whether they want automatic transaxle, power steering, air conditioning, speed control, aluminum wheels, or electric AM/FM stereo radio with cassette.
When you drive a Mercury Tracer, you drive a car that treats you like a friend.
On your program, you will not see Congressman Richardson as a guest speaker. We did not find out until yesterday that he could join us for this occasion, and we're very happy to have him. It's my pleasure to present to you Congressman Bill Richardson. Thank you very much. There is good news in my being here. The good news is that the United States Congress is not in session, therefore none of you are in danger. I am honored to be here. It gives me great pride to be with Gallup High School at a time when we all come together. Our nation comes together in moments of triumph. Our nation came together this morning when we honored our crewmen who perished in the Persian Gulf. And today we come together in happiness, and we put together a combination of positive thinking, of commitment to our community. I just want to tell you that I have found 9 little precepts, very short, that guide my life and the life of many others. And I hope by my humbly imparting them to you in this day of joy and togetherness that you remember them. First of all, be able to endure. Success is not just ability, breaks, and courage. There are going to be disappointments. Hang in there. The success will come after enduring some pain, but just endure. Secondly, Be curious. You're learning a lot. You've learned a lot in this very fine school system. Always ask questions. As you learn more, be more intellectually curious. Thirdly, a very old precept. It seems so obvious. Be considerate. It's become a lost art. It means more than just getting by. It means being decent and considerate of the feelings of others. Fourth, be concerned, compassionate and conscientious. Remember those who are less fortunate. Remember those that have been left behind. Fifth, be constructive. Don't complain. Accent the positive. Talk about the good things. Our history remembers those that are healers, that are builders, that are doers. Our history does not remember those that are critics. Sixth, be enthusiastic. If you have the skills, the ability, the commitment, showing enthusiasm will give you that extra edge. Seventh, be in control of yourself. Think things through. Focus. Don't be a hip shooter. Think the consequences of what you were doing and what you were saying. And 8, have integrity. Stand for something. Stick by your principles. You may be a moderate, you may be a conservative, you may be liberal in view. Stick to those principles that you and your family and your church and your nation stand to be consistent. Lastly, as I leave you tonight, remember where you came from. Remember that as successful you might become, President of the United States, wealthy, a rock and roll star, a professional football player, anything in your life that you can go and try to achieve, I know you can do. Don't forget, however, where you came from. Don't forget Gallup. Don't forget your parents, your church, your community, your administrators, your teachers, those that stood behind you at a time when today you're experiencing that first act of togetherness. So Gallup High School, go for it, and go for it now. Thank you.
Pleasure to introduce to you Sharon Livingston and Lisa Lehman to sing a duet. pleasure to introduce to you this year's Salutatorian, Aaron Urbina.
Distinguished guests and graduates. Yeah, that's better. As the veil of our ignorance is lifted and we see the bright horizon of our future, our hopes, dreams, and aspirations are made known to us. Most of them may have been crushed with doubt or uncertainty over the years, yet here they are now awakened like a phoenix arising from its own ashes. They beckon us to attain them, offering riches only the individual's mind's eye could imagine, tempting some with glory and others with eternal salvation. It is a majestic test. Can we be what we have dreamt of being? Should we strive to be the best that we can be? Our lives are truly short, and how we live them is up to us. Our dreams will be a constant reminder, though, instilling the weak with encouragement and making the strong humble. We as humans live our lives with a purpose. If this purpose is yours or not is up to you. As we leave the stadium today and truly begin our lives, let us embrace our aspirations, our goals, and face the challenge. How can we lose if we have already won? God bless this country for giving us the opportunity to choose, and may God bless us in our attempts to achieve our goals. Making life count is what it's all about. Thank you for your attention.
I would like to present Mr. Aaron Urbina with a plaque stating that he is salutatorian for the class of 1987. And now, we'd like to introduce to you the big man himself. He has been classified as the brain, as the tall redhead who knows everything, and especially a great friend. Would you please welcome Mr. Cameron Clark, our valedictorian.
Greetings to the honored guests, our parents, our relatives, our friends, even some of our teachers, and to the awesome class of 87! This day is very special because it embodies the realization of our hopes, our dreams, and the fulfillment of our own personal goals. Only by hard work have we reached this momentous occasion. With great endurance and possibly a little help from our parents, we have fulfilled the requirements set forth by our school system. This is really great and wonderful and nice, but it doesn't end here. We must continue to dream our dreams in order to continue our achievements. Without hopes and goals, we will lose our creativity and spontaneity, which make us the individuals that we are. We must continue to reach for the stars instead of being content to stay stuck in the mud. With us is the hope of the past generations to make the world better today. We have received the training we need from school in order to accomplish this feat. Math has taught us to be systematic and to use reason. History has shown us the past, accomplishments, and failures of the human race. Science has taught us the limitations of nature. Electives have broadened and expounded upon our natural abilities. English and other languages have taught us the art of communication. We have also been involved in numerous organizations and extracurricular activities. We've had football, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, volleyball, tennis, track and field, cross country, wrestling, band, chorus, flags, pom-poms, cheerleaders, rodeo, National Honor Society, skaters, DECA, VICA, OEA, GAA, Spanish Club, French Club, Latin Club, German Club, SAD, and others. These organizations have given us a chance to show that we do have the qualities to be leaders. In order to help others, we must use this acquired knowledge to better ourselves and the world around us. To help us reach these goals, we must also have good friends. You have to have people by your side there to help you. We have made numerous friendships that we will always cherish and remember for the rest of our lives. We will always hold these people dear in our hearts. We have stood together against the storms of life, and by our combined strength, we have overcome. Let us never forget the times that we have shared together. Continue to dream so that you may achieve. Continue to hope so that you may grow. Remember your friends and all that they represent in your life, and may God be with you until the end.
I would now like to present Cameron with a plaque stating that he's this year's valedictorian. We have singing a medley of Stand By Me, Lean On Me, and Friends, Cameron Clark, Corey Gaspridge, Mike McLean, Sammy Orr, and Daniel Whitaker.
when the night has come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble in the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling,
Somebody to lean on.
us pray.
When I bought my new F-150 XLT Lariat from Gurley Motor Company, I did so because I wanted to travel in style and luxury. I also bought it because I want to have some of that tough four-wheeling fun. Get your new fun machine at Gurley Motor Company, 701 West Cole in Gallup.
Before we introduce our guest speaker tonight, we have a few words for you.
Okay, that's a tough act to follow. Anyway, we just got this letter of congratulations from Burke Breathitt. Okay, he draws Bloom County, the comic strip, and he recently won a Pulitzer Prize. Anyway, here's the letter. Dear class of 1987, on this, the eve of your graduation, I send a few thoughts from Bloom County. As you leave the lights of Gallup behind, keep in mind your responsibilities as decent, unique individuals. Be grateful for all your parents endured. Thank your teachers and remember your friends. You have a lifetime ahead of you, and how you handle it is your decision. As you board the Greyhound, I offer you a few bits of meadow advice. Never take yourself too seriously. Pursue your wildest dreams with gusto. Be kind to hefty-nosed penguins. And always keep humor in your heart. Congratulations on the significant rite of passage. The Twinkies are on me. All my best, Burke Breathitt. Thanks.
As we asked people who we wanted to speak for our graduation, we've got lots of ideas. But we wanted somebody special, somebody who would make an impact on our lives. So we asked a certain someone to come and speak. He is a 1966 graduate of Gallup High School. He was a varsity letterman for football and he made All-State. He was a varsity letterman in basketball and track. His employment experiences include a military policeman for the U.S. Army from 1970 to 1972. He was the administrator investigator from the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office. He was the administrator educator at the University of Albuquerque. He was the county treasurer for Bernalillo from 1982 to 1985. He is currently our state treasurer for the state of New Mexico. And we would like to introduce to you Mr. James Lewis. Please give him a warm thank you.
I'd like to say good evening. And I'd also like to say I'm going to keep my remarks short because Mother Nature may be coming. Distinguished school board members, distinguished Principal Johnson, distinguished teachers, distinguished administrators, distinguished parents, distinguished friends, and last but not least, the distinguished graduating class of 1987. Before I become remiss in my remarks, I would like to introduce the backbone of my family, and that's my wife, Amanda, who's up in the audience. Mandy, would you please stand? Also with me is my son, Laurent. I also would like to thank God and all of you for giving me the opportunity to share on this very festive occasion with you. It is an honor and a privilege, as an alumnus of this great school, Gallup High, to be your commencement speaker tonight. Being on this field brings back many fond memories. You are all distinguished as we come to this very important occasion. Many of you are distinguished because you pay the taxes to the Treasury, which help pay the bills to run this school. Others have, as parents, grandparents, and friends, helped to raise the graduates, which certainly makes them distinguished. The distinguished school board members that set the policy and guided the school, and the distinguished teachers that taught courses after course. And again, last but not least, the distinguished graduating class of 1987. Who has spent and invested over 12 years of their life completing a very important project. What does graduation mean? It means a person who has finished a course of study at a school or a college and who has been given a diploma and confirmed this completion. What does commencement mean? Commencement means that you are beginning. You are starting a journey. From here, you will start. That I was in a dilemma and or in a position graduating from Gallup High School that each of you are in today, wondering about my future. You must set goals and objectives in each area of your life. As a former football player here at Gallup High School, I realized early on that if you never run with the ball, you never get tackled, or you never make any advancements. You must get involved. You must strive for excellence in your life and in your life dreams. You must run with the ball through trial and tribulation and through error. To be successful in this game of life, don't fear the unknown. Have a positive attitude that you can make it. This time, last year, the class of 1966, which are many of your parents, were getting ready for their 20th class reunion. As I talked to my classmates, I found that they came from here as far as Alaska and as close as Gallup. There are many different professions, such as your Gallup High School coach, Curtis Fortney, who I play football with. You have a major, Fred Jonas, who is a career Air Force in Albuquerque. You have Ernie Rogers, who is a helicopter pilot and a career officer in the Navy in Rhode Island. You have Skeeter Washington, who is a very successful business lady here in Gallup. You have John Gesprich, who is the budget director for the state of New Mexico, who handles billions and billions of dollars. You also have Gail Crawford, who is an outstanding business person in the Albuquerque community. You have Billy Connors, who is a judge, who is a lawyer in the city and the town of Rio Rancho. You have Mike Gallegos, who is a mortgage and a stockbroker in the state of Florida, and many, many others in different professions and many different vocations. It is your choice in life. What do you want to be? It is your choice. You have a major decision that you're going to have to make when you leave here today. What do I want to be in life? Those are things that you're going to have to think about. I also have fond memories of many of the teachers and coaches here at Gallup High School. One of Mr. Larry Vendley, he was a disciplinarian. When he said jump, the only thing that you had to ask is how high. You also had Mrs. Washington, who was my journalism instructor. You had Mr. Stu Rucker, who was the football trainer, in addition to my biology instructor. You had Joe Gill, who was the head football coach, who is now teaching in Hobbs, New Mexico. You had Mr. Roy Franklin, who was my mentor in basketball, plus many, many others. Remember this, the only man that knows enough is the man or the woman that knows how to learn more. Life is a continuous process in education. It's informal education as well as formal education. Ladies and gentlemen, your motto for the graduating class of 1987 is today's dreamers are tomorrow's leaders. Today's dreamers are tomorrow's leaders. Those are some very powerful words. They have a very strong connotation. The other part of that, we are the dreams of today. Let me say to each of you that that is an excellent motto. We can't be afraid to dream. As a matter of fact, it is a must that you need to dream. So success takes planning with definable goals and objectives. Life must have intrinsic value. Life must have meaning. Don't forget that we can't go through life procrastinating. It takes 12 years to get where you are today, to get through the public school system. And if you want to be a doctor, it's going to take another 8 more dedicated years of your life, plus an internship. So remember this, at this point that you go through this educational process, you'll be getting ready, preparing for your 10th class reunion. Remember that. Time waits for no one. Success is not a destination, it is a journey. I say to you, you and all of you in the graduating class of 1987, that if you want to achieve your motto, the key is your attitude. Set high goals and objectives for yourself. Set high moral standards for yourself. Have high self-esteem and high self-actualization. Don't let foreign substances or objects impede your success, such as drugs, alcohol, and or negative friends influence or control your life. Remember, attitude is the key to your success in life. Remember, if you give an animal a bad name, he will act accordingly. But if you give him a good name, you look and see what will happen. In other words, if you want to influence the conduct of someone, or if you want your conduct influenced by someone, make sure that that person or person is positive. Remember, it is also important to be important. It is also important to be important. But it's more important to be nice, to be fair, to be loved, to know. So as I conclude my remarks, I would like to just convey to you my philosophy in life. My philosophy in life is mens sano in corpore sano, meaning a sound mind within a sound body. Education means to me that each and every one of you, and what we are commencing tonight, that you've been educated physically, that you've been educated mentally, that you've been educated morally, that you've been educated socially, that you've been educated spiritually, so that you might become more well-rounded, productive individuals in perpetuating a better democracy. I say to each and every one of you, the graduating class of 1987, good luck and may God bless you. Thank you.
Mr. Lewis here as our guest speaker, and we would like to present him also with a plaque. Before we say goodbye, we'd like to thank all the little people.
As the senior class's personal secretary, it is my duty to send thank you notes to everyone who is involved with our well-being. However, with the extreme number of last-minute book reports, essays, labs, my typewriter declared its independence. So I thought it would be nice to acknowledge each person individually right here and now.
Mr. and Mrs. Arthur.
Mom and Dad.
Thank you for the use of the house as a home base for all our planning, etc. Especially Mr. Arthur for letting us take over the den and going to bed early. And Mrs. Arthur for all the munchies and hospitality. We love you. To Aztec Floral for the use of the plants and flowers used to decorate the stage.
To Kingsway Photography for coming at the last minute today.
To Gallup Cable for videotaping this illustrious event. By the way, it will be replayed tonight at 9:30 for those of you VCR freaks, owners, etc.
To Johnny Arviso for helping us start Sarah's band this afternoon, which was needed desperately to get the flowers here. Thanks, sweetie. Josie Guillen, we would like to thank you for typing and organizing the program to meet our specifications.
To Josie Guillen, we would like to thank you again for retyping and reorganizing the program to meet the specifications of...
To Josie Guillen, we would like to thank you yet another time for typing the names which were left off the first time you were asked to retype it. We're sorry. Mrs. Kuipers, thank you for sending out all of our transcripts and missions, etc., especially from those of us who are undecided and needed more than one. You are always there for us and we'll never forget you.
To Mrs. McAllister, we would like to thank Mrs. McAllister for allowing us to perfect our techniques on how to drive a substitute insane.
Subs, we're sorry, but she was irreplaceable.
To Mr. Stewart, thank you for your sponsorship,
your devotion,
your kindness,
dedication,
loyalty,
creativity,
responsibility,
and pickup truck.
From all of us. And Mrs. Stewart, he's all yours.
Mrs. Anna Laura, thanks for sponsoring this illustrious class and going along with and supporting our decisions. You've been great.
To Mr. Vanderley, we'd like to thank you for the driving lessons, especially the tips on DWI, and of course, thank you for sponsoring our wonderful class. To Bartles and James for their continued support.
To Domino's Pizza for delivering at midnight during Burright's projects. Also to Dan's for providing the sound system tonight.
To Mr. Gary Burright, Esquire, for letting us learn firsthand the meaning of procrastination, the cosmology of Milton, the dubious authorship of Shakespeare's plays, about Shakespeare the man, Shakespeare, or as we now affectionately call him, Bill, Shakespeare, and then again, there was Shakespeare.
To Mr. Norris, thank you ever so much for that 25-page final on our last day of school.
It's a wonder your house did not get toilet papered. To Mrs. Norris, good job on taking first place in the Snob Hill Speedway event.
To Mr. Brown, thank you, Mr. Brown, for acting as a role model and fashion statement.
To Feege, so